This Christian's about to get sketchy. In my sketchbook, it is better to light a candle than to curse the darkness. Starting with the grittiness of a broken world and exploring through comic books the gateway to grace that is Jesus Christ. My name is John Bursell. I am a Christian artist living and raising my son in Montana. I've worked in Denver, Minneapolis, and now in Libby, trying to impact my customers with positive interactions. I've mopped floors and managed stores and everything in between, creating everything from paintings, poetry, photography, graphic design, and culinary dishes. I've also taught many art classes. I love Jesus, Mountain Dew, and loud music. Currently, I'm funneling all of my energy into my book series, My Walk. Make sure to smash the subscribe and like buttons. For links to all my social media sites and free My Walk comic book downloads, go to my blog at 3otters.blogspot.com. So today I was inspired to create a video that is like a studio tour. I don't know how many times I have in the past looked up YouTube and looked at artist studios and various places where they occupied a space to create and be creative, to keep their supplies and their tools. I loved looking at videos that just showed, their environment. And it kind of sparked some creative ideas in me. It inspired me. And it let me dream about what my studio would look like someday. But then I started thinking about this video I want to put together, and I thought maybe it's more of an anti-studio video. Because we as artists get so caught up in the glitz and glam of everything out there, where they're showing us the kind of tools and brushes and materials we need to buy, the best of the best. We're always fed through commercialism, products, and the type of artist we need to be. We're always striving to be something else. And I think it's time we start being us. I think it's time to, for me to reflect right now for a moment on studios and some of my studios I've had in the past and present. And I would love to give you a glamorous tour of an amazing space with the proper lighting and amazing paintings on display on the wall, as well as works I'm working on and comic book pages that are displayed out on a drafting board with all of my inkwells and stacks of shelves full of markers and pen nibs and brushes. All that fun stuff. But what I am actually thinking about is maybe we should stop dreaming so big on the big spots that we want to create in, and start using our time to just be creative, to be doing the work no matter where we're at. I've had apartments about, I would say, 2014. I had an apartment, and I was single at the time, and had a whole bedroom that was just my art studio, and I had 2 tables set up and computers, and it was sad. I lived there about a year and never touched anything in that room. And, I look back on that and think, wow, what a waste of time. What a waste of freedom that I had. But instead, I was so caught up in chasing the wrong things. And we get caught up in that as artists, especially if you're single. You get lonely, you start thinking about other things. And so with this video, I just wanted to make it a point that it's not so much the space you're in, but what you're doing with it. You could have a big warehouse building all to yourself and be able to put whatever you want in it. But does that make you creative? Is it going to make you produce anything? I had an art store, and I taught art classes. I had this space available, and I was having a lot of personal issues in my life, and it was such a struggle. And I had all that space. I had all the materials in my art store that I could just pull off the shelf and create with if I needed to. I was teaching classes, like I said. I was teaching basic drawing, acrylic painting, watercolor. I was living the dream, but I wasn't creating. And so instead of giving you this big tour of a fancy place that I'm working in right now, and maybe the title's a little deceptive, but I just wanted to stress the point that it's wherever you're at and whatever you have. Use what you have. Create. Your visions and your thoughts and your art needs to materialize. It needs to be put out into the world, and people need to see it. Just as simple as that. If you have a closet space that has enough floor space where you can lay in there and sketch in your sketch pad, and that's your studio, park bench, a library where you can sit in the back corner quietly, wherever it is that you need to be to pack up a little tote bag with your materials and your lunch, your water, your headphones, your phone, and be creative. It doesn't matter where it's at. It could be at Grandma's house on her kitchen table next to her piano. It doesn't matter. The whole point is, don't worry about having this amazing space that you can show off. You need to have amazing artwork that you can show off. So go out there, produce your work, and don't worry about what other people are showing you, glamorizing things, making it sound like you have to do all of these things before you can put your pencil to the paper. So that's my thought for the day. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, I just ask that you hit the like button and smash the subscribe. And thanks for watching.